AFTV, James, season's done. Talk to me.
Yeah, we've just done your interview. We're switching sides. Listen, I agree with a lot of what you've said. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. What's there to be said? I think this. I'm gonna have to really sleep on this for a few nights and really mull it over because you know, so close yet so far. Um, but when you really stop and think about it, just too many mistakes over the season. I think the big one is January. Um, we do you remember we did the show. We did the show on transfer deadline day about January and letting Aubameyang go and not replacing him. And I understood what people were saying about a small squad that believe in what Arteta want to do, and I understood all that. But my thing was that I kept saying, so really, so we're saying there's one person out there who's the right man, and if it's not him, then well, there's no one. Or that it wasn't worth gambling. A lot of people were saying, no, Isak, 75 million, don't you dare pay it. It's like, but Chris Wood's not worth 25 million, but they paid it because they needed to get the players they needed to do the job now. Now, I'm not saying Isak was the answer, but I'm just saying, you look at Bruno Guimaraes, who did go for like 35 million or something, and forget January, we were saying in the summer before we needed reinforcement central midfield. And then we go into a crucial part. All right, we've lost Thomas Partey, we've lost Kieran Tierney. That's unfortunate. Arteta can't do anything about that. But they're both injury-prone players, or at least have been at Arsenal. So we don't go for Bruno Guimaraes, okay. And you're sitting there thinking, all right, well, he's good, must trust Lokonga then. Lokonga's not really at it, not his fault, he's not ready. And who are we relying on? El Neni and Xhaka. Two guys who I think in a lot of big games have stepped up for us, and I will give them that bit of credit there. But over a season have not been the answer, and over a stretch haven't been the answer. Today they got completely outrun by Newcastle's midfield. Today Newcastle were all over us and had the energy, they had nothing to play for, and yet they wanted it more than us. And I think the only thing I can put our performance down to today is nerves, because I've seen us go to Leicester, Wolves, Villa, some good teams, and play good Chelsea, and play good football. We lost at Old Trafford, but I thought we played well that day. So I've seen us go to teams and be composed on the ball and play and do our thing. West Ham, I thought we did okay, really, across the night. That was only 2 weeks ago. But then I looked at the team and I just thought, I feel sorry for some of these guys. Bukayo Saka, like every time the ball came to him, four men round him. And we're saying, can you drop the shoulder 3 times, beat another player, then give it to Odegaard and then get a shot off goal? And when he did, we were all like, we weren't in the same room as you. We were watching, we went, oh, good effort. And I'm sort of like, it's actually not good effort. No offence, Bukayo. It's not. It's just something. And you see he's working so hard just to make that for himself. Martinelli came on, we're going, oh, he's made a difference. But he's not really, has he? Like he has, as in we've gone from really shit to slightly shit. I'm laughing because it's kind of funny. Like it's comical. Like I've got to, otherwise I'll cry. I'm looking at Odegaard today and I'm thinking like, come on Odegaard, I need you to do more. I need you to get on the ball. But then I'm thinking, and what? There's not like there's not like he's got Trent overlapping and he's got like a world class number 9 to hit to. And basically, my point is, I was looking at some of these young players and they don't get off scot free. That we needed more from them, but ultimately, I just felt sorry for them. And I think in processing all that, the performance and what's gone wrong the last couple of days, I take it back to the lack of business we did in January. Now, we don't know if that's the Kroenkes not providing the funds. You said what you said about Arteta saying January was crucial. I don't know if that's Arteta genuinely not wanting any players that were available out there and taking a gamble that he obviously got wrong. I don't know what it is, but for me, I ultimately look back at January, and that's where it was lost for me.
Look, January is one thing, James, and as you were speaking, you mentioned Lokonga's not ready, and in my mind it came that, well, the reason for Saliba going on loan was because he's not ready. So is this club loaning players that are not ready, buying players that are not ready, telling us in January, or not telling us, but hinting that we're only going for a specific type. But when push comes to shove at the end of the season, Tavares doesn't seem to fit in well. Lokonga doesn't seem to fit in well. So are we buying the right type of players, or are we buying players that are not ready, that don't fit in? It's so mad to me, James, that like I said on my interview, it's a roundabout.
Well, this is a question you've asked many, many times, and actually, I think we will have a supporters club and a deep dive into all this. There was another point I want to mention from Mikel Arteta. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, can't wait for another year of him. I'm not going to sit here and say, sack him tonight, it's done. I need to stop and think about this because I've seen some improvement. I've seen a feel-good factor in the club. Um, but ultimately, we've fallen short, and a lot of the reason why we've fallen short is down to his decisions, whether it's January, whether it's tactics, or whatever. I think a big part of this went wrong in that Spurs game. And if there's one thing about Mikel, I don't know if he's got that Pep gene of overthinking sometimes. I'm not comparing him to Pep Guardiola before people start that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we all went into that North London derby saying Son's a problem. Make sure Tomiyasu's on him. We all went into that saying we don't need to win. Don't go chasing them gun ho. Just relax. Just don't get involved in unnecessary stuff. Don't make the crowd more up for it than they need to be. And we got all those things wrong. And I just think there's just been little moments throughout the season where I don't know if Arteta's necessarily managed the occasion the right way. But on the manager, look,
That only doesn't that stretch back to last season, like I said with the Europa League semi-finals too.
yeah, Smith Rowe playing false nine, Xhaka going to left back, absolutely. So in these big occasions, has he been getting it wrong? Again, I will stop and actually look back at it all and think about it. But what more to say? Look, I'm not going to come here with definite answers about it went wrong here. This guy's not right. These players are bad. Whatever. I need to mull over it a little bit. And that might sound like I'm making excuses for the manager or whatever. Yeah, accuse me of that if you want. I just think, let's say January, he really wanted these three guys. And old Stan up there turned around and said, sorry, you spent 150 in the summer. Unless you can get a good loan or a better deal, it's not going to happen. Then I know where more blame goes. So, yeah. But anyway, these next few days will be cathartic. Yeah, I agree. Season done. What more to be said?
Love James.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.